This is the Eastgate Shopping Center in Harare, the capital of Zimbabwe. It might not look so special, but through its innovative design, it uses passive cooling to make the building environment comfortable, whether it's day or night. This saves a lot of money and energy. It's important because Zimbabwe can experience really drastic shifts in temperature during the day. And it ticks all the boxes for a smart building solution. It's sustainable, it's efficient, and it's elegant. And it's designed to be ventilated and cooled by entirely natural means, and it's probably the first building in the world to use natural cooling at this level of sophistication. And it was a Zimbabwean-born architect named Mick Pierce who designed it back in 1996. So if you Google smart city, you'll see page after page of near identical photos and graphics of hypertech cities driven by sensors and devices and data analysis, of autonomous vehicles, robots, and drones, and an app for every conceivable service. And these are images of undeniably smart cities, and many cities, including Singapore, are using these tools to tackle climate change. But I'd like to talk about some other cities we might not be so familiar with, like, for example, Curitiba in Brazil, home to one of the world's first bus rapid transit systems. You might know the ones with these elongated buses that stop at tube-shaped stations with these extra long platforms that can facilitate boarding and payment. Then there's Kathmandu with its network of electric taxis. Many of those taxis are driven by female entrepreneurs, and they've been cruising the city streets for more than 20 years. Another is the small industrial town of Yumbo in Colombia. And here, the city has replaced some of its regular roads with permeable green roads to minimize the risk of flooding. And then there's the suburb outside of Dakar in Senegal, where local residents, and not municipal officials nor experts, figured out how to filter floodwater to grow and sell vegetables. A reminder that the key ingredient to smart cities is its smart citizens and not technology. And so by 2050, another 2.5 billion people will be living in cities in the world. As a result of this rapid urbanization, cities are a huge cause of climate change, responsible for 3/4 of all CO2 emissions. But as we know, cities are not just a driver of climate change. City dwellers are disproportionately affected by the impact of climate change. It's not just pollution nor increased heat in city centers. Over 90% of all urban areas are located on the world's coast and are at real risk of flooding. Even though we know all this and all of us are experiencing the impact, our understanding of how cities can tackle climate change has more or less stayed constant over the years. We continue to focus on tech-centric, sensor-driven smart cities. And this focus on technology presents 3 challenges for cities as they face climate change. Firstly, this tech determinism can crowd out important and equally relevant and equally novel non-deep tech solutions, like the mall in Zimbabwe I talked about, or the flooding filtration solution in Dakar. Second, many cities won't even aspire to be a smart city. It's just too daunting when it's focused on technology alone, and it can just seem too far out of reach, both conceptually and financially. But finally, and maybe most importantly, it means that the role of cities in tackling climate change is focused on tech-driven solutions almost always coming and adopted from the global north. And it marginalizes or excludes the voices and talents of the vast majority of urban citizens around the world. We need to make smart cities a truly global notion, and this means expanding what it means for a city to be smart. Cities will continue to offer the promise of greater opportunities for untold billions of people. And if we listen to the people in these cities, especially in the global south, cities can also be a driver for tackling climate change through, for example, sustainable transport leading to lower emissions, or national circular economies driven by radically rethought waste management programs. There isn't one solution to climate change, and there also cannot be one type of city that emerges in response to the challenges of climate change. We need to move beyond tech. We need to focus on the needs and realities of citizens through human-centric design and the collective intelligence of its citizens. It's way past time to reframe what it means to be a smart city. It's time to listen to and scale the solutions from our urban citizens in the global south, who are really the ones leading a smart, sustainable urban future for all of us. Thank you.